Yo, what's up? You're listening to Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas on 95.9 FM and AM 6 in the Sports Animal. It's going to be a good one. Nope, I'm just kidding. It's almost Friday. I'm excited. Today's Thursday. I got Kaylina in here producing with me today, and it will just be me and Kaylina for this first segment. And then I got Clayton Shields, my old teammate, coming on because it's bro time with Clayton Shields is his segment. He wants me to bring that up, you guys, just to throw that out there. You got to take care of the homies. But what's going on, Kaylina? What's cracking?
Whatever shall we talk about?
Right. And I see you brought your guitar in here today. What's going on?
I did. Hey, I am performing live.
I didn't forget.
They dragged me out of my house. Just kidding. It wasn't that dramatic. I was going to say no, guys. Don't tell them. But I was going to say no. And then I was like, it's literally not far away from the station. I was like, I have no excuse. I have no excuse not to be there.
So are you want to share where it's going to be?
Yes. So if you've heard of a brewery called Thirsty Eye Brewing,
Where's that at? It's right here?
Yeah.
Right, like on Central?
It's,
I'm sorry. I'm putting you on the spot.
No, you're good. I know. It's like I know where it is visually, but this is radio.
Yes, it is.
But it's like not, it's off of Broadway, I think. So when you're going downtown, we're going to Google it. Thirsty Eye Brewing. Okay, yes. So it's, come on, the address was right there.
You're supposed to have this loaded because you know I'm going to ask. Yeah, you know I'm going to ask you. You got to.
Way to embarrass me on my big day. This is a big deal.
See, now that's not embarrassing. You just need to be on it. And you know what's crazy?
Huh?
Is that you can take your time because I just saw this highlight right now.
Yeah, it's on Broadway.
The women's USA team won gold, which is at the top of my program, so I got to address that. Comeback wins in gold medal games. You got Canada 2024, you got USA 2028 and 2026 came back. 2026 came back down 1-0 and 1. Winning goal was 4:07 into overtime by Megan Keller, which is pretty cool. So we got to give a shout out to the hockey women. I'm sitting here watching it right now. It just popped up in the corner while you were getting that. I'm just trying to fill the void.
Live news. I mean, I will say the little that I know, or the little that I pay attention to with sports, overtime is intense.
Because it's one of those things. It's like right after All-Star Weekend with the NBA, which just ended, which the games are about to kick off again today. Now it starts getting real.
The pressure is
Seriously.
on.
Yeah, I don't. It's not necessary. It could be seen as pressure, but those teams that are supposed to win, it's not necessarily the case. Now you got to put on a little bit more of the afterburners on to where you have to pick it up a little bit because the playoffs are about to start here in April.
I see.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? I tried to give you some comparison.
Endurance.
But
it's all about endurance.
With USA Hockey beating Canada. And we also have the fact that we have
Canada.
A black woman. Yeah.
Sorry. We
had a black woman. It's African.
That's amazing.
It's Black History Month. I was going to say African American Month. Black History Month.
It's the same thing, though, right?
Okay,
am I wrong? Please, you got to tell me if I'm wrong.
What else is going on? Anything else?
Okay, well, Thirsty Eye is off of Broadway.
Did you say what time you're performing?
So this is funny. I think that the show is starting at 7. I will not be there.
Don't say that. Just say 7.
It's 7. Well, if you walk in, just know Lobo Talk is tonight too. So you got to pay attention to Lobo Talk, and then you got to run over to Thirsty Eyes, or Thirsty Eye.
It's okay.
Don't tell them, guys. This is between you and I. It's a secret.
That's pretty
sports animal. But I will be performing, and it's my first live performance in a really long time. So we're going for the vibes.
Yeah.
We're just going for the vibes.
That's cool.
But I was going to ask you a basketball question. I've been meaning to ask you.
Hey, you go, girl.
I do have. So I record the highlights for the games, as you know, and I've gotten very good at it. But I'm
the women's games or in general?
In general. And I was wondering which is like more impressive, a jumper or a dunk, and what's the difference?
Which one is more impressive?
I mean, I'm assuming it's a dunk.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Let me explain that. You know who Steph Curry is, right?
Yes, I know of him.
So he's a guy that can't dunk, like randomly in a game, like it's just not gonna happen. But he will shoot a 3-pointer that could be almost at half court.
Okay.
Right? And not a lot of people can do that.
Mm-hmm.
If that's one of the, I think that's one of the best comparisons. And then with the dunk, obviously with me being a bigger man, it's easier for me to probably dunk. Dunking on somebody, like when you go up and you try and you dunk it and somebody tries to like block it or contest it, like that's cool too. But it
so
all
what
depends.
is a jumper then?
A jumper is what Steph Curry does.
Oh, where it's not up close to the net.
That's a layup. Up close to the net is a layup.
Oh,
right?
That's what a layup is.
That's a layup.
I know of a layup.
See, now you know. Now that's a layup.
Okay.
Now a jumper is anything that's not close to the basket, which is a layup.
Thank you. I've been honestly dying to ask somebody
Everything
that for
else,
2 seasons now.
Look, it's simple. And everything else, we got a caller. And
I'm
then everything else might be Clayton. Everything else is a jump shot.
Okay.
To a certain extent. Just to give you an in general idea, and I'm not gonna like say anything else that can confuse you. But you can
actually explained a lot.
You might see like one-hand shots that are not layups, but a layup is a one-hand shot too. You see what I'm saying? Like if they're far away from the basket.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little different. I'll let you get that.
Yeah, thank you. One second, guys.
Get that thing. Because everybody, I think that might be 2 callers. Our women's team won. So with that said, I will be giving away some oil changes and tire rotations courtesy of Capital Ford Santa Fe, the Brandt family, valued at $189. So if you want to call, hey, you better get it in. I didn't say how many I was going to give away, so you got to keep that in mind. I'm also giving away something later on that's bigger, and it's based off of our men's team winning. I'm not going to say what it is. So if you've been watching the show, you should have some type of idea of what that is. Alyssa Hargrove, she went on the baseline, and she ended up hitting a buzzer beater for the women's team last night, which was pretty cool. And the fact that they were able to win, you got to give some acknowledgement to the women. Before we take this break, let's take this call with Wayne. Wayne, what's up, man?
Hey, thanks for letting me jump in on the call conversation with you guys and talking about jumpers, so might as well jump in, right? So,
yeah.
in any sense,
that's awesome.
I was curious what you guys' thoughts as far as like your worth as an athlete and the value of what you bring versus pay disparity. I know it's kind of a hot topic, but with the women doing really well in the Olympics, and then of course you being an ex-NBA player, and of course the pay disparity with that. But it's been broken down very logistically where, like, if you get paid what you're worth, and if the women make more, then they should get paid more. But I was just curious what your guys, especially being a female on and now an ex-NBA player, what is your take on the pay disparity as far as athletes and women's sports with the Olympics and sponsorships? And do you think people should just get paid what they're worth, or think it should just be fair all across the board no matter what they're bringing in to the sport? So I just wanted to get your take on that.
Thanks, Wayne. I appreciate you, man. You got anything else?
No, that's it. But I help to explain more of what a jumper is. It's not only threes; it's anything outside that free throw line that you're just shooting up for a shot. So
Tell him, Kaylina, I told you that.
Yeah, I do appreciate it. I was like, man, thank you, because I'm obviously.
I'm not trying to correct an ex-NBA player.
No, you're
I
good.
don't know
Wayne, you're good, bud. You can correct me all day long. Just keep calling into the show, bud.
We appreciate you,
man. Good luck with everything, man.
Appreciate you, Wayne.
That's a fascinating question he asked.
See, right? Because he was listening. And the fact that you asked the question generated him to call. I'm telling you, that's what just happened, Kaylina.
No, I'm just kidding.
You are.
No,
Kaylina.
but I do actually have a little bit to weigh in on that.
What's
I was
up?
like, I probably don't. But I watched a TED Talk years ago, and I'm embarrassed to say I don't remember her name, and I really would love to credit this person. But her perspective on the disparity, the pay gap between men and women's sports was that she noticed that women's sports are kind of treated in the way we talk about it like it's a charity. Like, man, you really got to come and support the women. Whereas with the men's sports, it's about marketing. They're like, they'll be here this time. This is what's going on. And I thought that was a fascinating mindset difference that she pointed out.
Well, let me attack what Wayne said.
You might know
first.
way more first, but
Yeah,
I was like, that's my 2 cents.
And before we go to this break, I'm a attack what Wayne said. before we bring in Clayton Shields right after this break, my old teammate that I play with for the Lobos. Men are just, to a certain extent, and I'm not being male chauvinist or anything like that. I'm not.
Here for your opinion. I don't
when it comes,
exist in this world.
Right? When it comes down to a certain sport, I think, to a certain extent, the men are more skilled at certain areas of whatever that sport is to a certain extent, to where they have an opportunity to make more money. But at the same time, nowadays, it doesn't. This is the other part that Wayne said at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it matters if you're a man or a woman on what your value is on what you should get paid. Period. Across the line. Like, if your value, so prime example, if you go to a big school, like a Big Ten school, which is like, they pay you a lot of money, right? To come, right? Because they have a lot of money, right? So if a woman can go there and get paid millions of dollars to play for that school, and if a man could, she should be able to get the same amount of value.
That's fair.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if the value is there, because there's a lot of women that's killing it in all kinds of sports, even in basketball, right? To where they're getting paid. And our women here at the University of New Mexico are not getting that recognition and getting paid to a certain extent that they should be getting paid. I don't know what they're making. Everybody talks about what the men's basketball team, everybody talks about what football makes, right? Nobody's talking about what women's sports. Nobody's talking about what track and field makes. And track and field is all over the place right now as far as winning.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So ain't nobody talking about baseball and what baseball makes, and baseball season is about to start. And Ray Birmingham has created an unbelievable program. He's retired, but there's a new baseball coach now, right? Golf, prime example, men's golf, UNM, what are they making? They're not making anything. You see what I'm saying? So there's other sports that should be getting paid more, but these other sports are going to get chances to bring in NIL money, which is outside of them getting just paid through their school, right?
Oh, I see.
Does that make sense? That's the NIL side of it. To where if your school is not paying, yes, exactly. So if your university's not paying you as much as you think, or if you want to go out and get more money, this is where brands, companies, organizations are paying these college kids to represent their brand by posting on social media, by doing appearances, by certain things like that, because that's one of the things that I do.
That's so wild that it's expanding into college.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you think that's just for professionalism, but now it's in college.
See, now that I love it. Because when I was in college, we couldn't work.
Right.
I was getting $420 a month. I was getting Pell Grant of like $1,500, $2,000 a semester, 2 semesters, right?
Right, for like tuition and everything.
We couldn't work.
Yeah.
The fact that when I played, we brought in millions of dollars to the university. We should have been able to make more money.
Yeah, at least afford your expenses and like have some savings
or
something.
NCAA.
Yeah.
That's the $420. Back then, that was like not a lot of money, but it was a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
But now these kids are making a significant amount of money. And the fact that the NCAA is allowing them to, I'm so happy, because Deion Sanders said that this is like a business. He coaches at Colorado, and he's fining kids if they're late for certain things. $2,500, $5,000. Like, it's a business. These kids should be treated like professionals now.
Yeah, wow.
They really should.
That's really cool. I learned so much.
I think I just broke that down. I think that's Clayton calling in. You take that. I know I was on. We need to go to break. You're listening to Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas on 95.9 FM and AM 610 The Sports Animal. You're listening to Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal. I got Kaylina in here producing with me today. It's almost Friday, you guys. One more day, just to let you know. I got Clayton Shields coming in, you guys. Let's bring in Clayton. We're going to introduce his segment. What's up, C? Can you hear me?
It's bro time with Clayton. What's going
You're supposed
on,
to wait. Hey, you ain't supposed to do that.
I was just giving it a little pop. That's all. A little pop.
I just wanted to make sure we could hear you. Yo, you guys, if you're listening, this is my boy. This is Fam. Play with them on the Lobos. This is Bro Time with Clayton Shields. I'm going to have him on every week. We're going to chop it up about multiple different things, just depending on what's in the rundown and what's going on in the atmosphere of just in general. There's a lot of different things going on. We're going to talk about, I see Steph Curry right here doing an interview with Malika, but we'll get to Steph Curry right now because the NBA is about to get cracking because this is the first day back after All-Star break. It's nice because it seemed like we didn't have that much time, but off after break. It seemed like we maybe had 1 or 2 days, but now these guys are getting some extended time because the NBA is about to amp up and then the playoffs start in April. But Kaylina, you had something for us at break. You want to share with us? What's up?
Well, I was reflecting on my little tidbit about that TED Talk that I watched, and I swear it was probably like 10 years ago that I watched that, maybe 15, but I want to say between 10 and 15 years ago. And I was wondering if how we talk about women's sports since then to now, if it's really changed much.
Clayton, I'll let you. Yeah, we kind of talked about it before we went to break, Clayton, so I thought that would be a great segue to bring you in and get your influence. Because just to add to that real quick, there's a caller that called in, Wayne, and he was asking a question and trying to get an opinion and a perspective of women's sports and to be quite frank, like other sports outside of women's sports that are not getting the exposure when it comes to these kids getting an opportunity to make money with cross country and golf. Mm-hmm. And it's always football, basketball, and the major sports, right? So just to add to that, right. I want to get your perspective.
Yeah, sure. It's going to be the popular, more marketed sports that are going to get the most attention. As far as women's sports goes, women's basketball is going to be the sport that I think people have traditionally paid more attention to since the WA has come into effect. But over the recent years with, players like Caitlin Clark coming in, yep. I'm having Brianna Stewart, and some of those star players are coming into the league now. Asia Wilson, obviously, making a big name for themselves. Yeah. I think social media and the fact that they can be more marketed has helped over the years. I wouldn't say it's been a tremendous leap, but it has helped some. For the young people that are playing sports that are maybe not as popular, maybe not as marketed, maybe not on TV as much talked about. It's always going to be a hard time for them to be noticed.
That is so fascinating because that was what I don't know if you heard, Clayton, but my argument from this TED Talk that I was borrowing was that she said the discrepancy comes from marketing and the way we market mm-hmm. women's sports compared to men's basketball. So I thought that was men's sports. So I thought that was fascinating that you were like, yeah, there's better marketing. And so it's doing better, but it could be better. That's cool.
Exactly. It could be better. I'm a sports fan. I've gone to several WNBA games here with the Dallas Wings and watched them play. Gosh, can you help me out? The rookie. I'm having brain lock today. I don't know what it is.
You put me on the spot and I don't have the answer. So if you know who that wing is that plays mm-hmm. for the Dallas women's team, the pro team, you can text 505-246-0610. And if you have questions for me or Clayton, you can also text or call 505-246-0610 as well. But go ahead, C. I don't know who you're talking about. I'm just going to say it.
Oh, goodness. Played at UConn last year. Come on now.
I'm drawing a blank now.
I'm drawing a blank. Yeah. So anyway, let me see. I'm trying to look real quick because I hate when I do that.
So while Clayton is looking that up, I'm gonna bring something to you guys' attention because yeah. Yo, she nice.
Paige Booker. Yeah.
She nice.
Yeah. There we go. Okay. Got it figured out. So but now go ahead, KP.
So just to piggyback off of that, right? Because the WNBA is going through some negotiations right now when it comes to the collective bargain agreement. I just happened to hear this the other day to where they're getting close to getting the opportunity to be able to receive more because I think it's starting to get to the point to where the WNBA, these franchises are starting to be able to make more money, right? Because I don't think they've been profitable up until this point, and I will look that up, and we talked about it a couple months ago. But your perspective on that, because I feel like there's a lot of more revenue that's coming in because of the Caitlin Clark, who I think she's the Steph Curry of the WNBA that's coming in and changing the landscape of how the WNBA is going to shape. And Angel Reese, even though people don't like her, but she's still bringing a different element that's going to elevate the WNBA. What you got on that, C?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, changing the landscape is exactly what's happening. You have big name players who come out of college and transition that to the WNBA right away. Usually those players are able to come into the WA and have an immediate impact, followed by marketing. And what does marketing do? Sales of merchandise, kind of filling the stands, getting more people in the stands. That's how you get more exposure, and teams are able to, make more money, be able to pay players more money. And so all that stuff is kind of a chain reaction. But yeah, absolutely. What Caitlin Clark is doing, and again, some of the other ones that have been mentioned, they have the WNBA on their shoulders. So they have some leverage now to be able to negotiate and get a CBA to, allow them to get paid more money. I think the incident with Brittany Griner also, because they have to go overseas to make money, right? They go overseas and they make a lot more money than they do in the WNBA. Yeah. And I think they don't want to have to do that anymore. In the Brittany Griner situation, I think kind of made people a little bit reluctant to keep doing that because anything can happen.
See, the nice thing about it is after the WNBA season was over, you talked about a lot of women go overseas, which they do, right? But they started that league. I need to look it up. Don't put me on the spot. But they started that 3-on-3 league. And then she plays for the Aces. She's the point guard for the Aces. She actually won. And her whole salary for the WNBA season, Chelsea Gray, her whole salary for the WNBA season was $200,000 for the whole season. She made $200,000 because she won in the one-on-one competition. Just you know how that is. They cut that check for $200,000, and hey, there she is, right? It's amazing how you see all these games on TV. Why are they not getting more shares of TV revenue? Why is this not happening? But the thing about it is, it's going to happen, and it's coming soon. I got a text right here since we're on the WNBA. So since we're on the topic of the WNBA, do you feel the way that Angel is playing her cards as far as payroll is the way to go about it? Or should she handle it through the union and let the players as a whole speak instead of her speaking for the whole players? Hey, man, Angel Reese is a beast. I don't know, man. She got that Reebok deal with Shaq, and I don't know. Hey, Angel Reese is doing what these kids are doing in college right now. She's trying to get the most that she can, and I feel like she should get her chips. What you guys see?
Yeah, she's, I never question how someone goes about trying to, better them, position themselves better in a sport like professional basketball. And Angel Reese is trying to do that in her own way. I know sometimes she can be outspoken, and with social media, she can, post things and, rub people the wrong way. And, that's just kind of her method. That's just her personality. I mean, she's done that since she's from being at LSU and now into the WNBA. So that's just kind of the way that she goes about things. I don't have to agree with the way that she does it, but that's what works for her. And she's trying to just really just expose herself and put it out there that, hey, we need to make more money. I need to make more money. I'm a star in this league. I have a big name, so pay me. And she's obviously very vocal about it.
I think she's spicy. I like it. I like the edginess to the WNBA, right? Like, I like it.
Yeah.
Because it's bringing a different perspective. And and the way that she's carrying herself, I don't disagree how she's doing it, because the guys in the NBA do it.
I was thinking about, I watched a documentary with my boyfriend a while back about, Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, and like the effect that had, and like the marketing angle of their rivalry and how it boosted things. And so, it's like there's a certain angle where you can appreciate it's a story and it gets attention where it needs to be.
Well, that headline right there, if Larry Bird and Magic don't go at each other, we don't have no NBA. Because those guys were the ones that that kept the NBA around. And it gets nowadays those guys don't get their flowers as they should, because I'm telling you right now, because the NBA was gone. Tell them, see, it was gone if it wasn't for them too.
There was a lull. I mean, obviously, between the early Lakers and, the 71, 72 Lakers, and then I think it was, like 7 years before Magic gets there, there was a down time. There was a lull in the NBA. I wasn't around during that time, but I'm kind of a historian a little bit. So, Magic and Larry Bird rivalry was so big for so many reasons and in so many ways. And, you had Larry Bird, the guy from French Lick, Indiana, played at Indiana State,
Yep.
The long floppy hair,
Yep.
kind of not expected to be a great basketball player just because of his, the environment he came from, kind of the stereotype. Oh, he's from from a farm, and, that's where and then you got Magic, Michigan
City
guy,
boy.
a big name, Michigan State, big school, big talker. And so when those two guys collided, it did make for a good show. And I think it did also increase people's appeal back to the NBA, probably more so than those previous, 5 or 6 years.
Yeah. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to jump into our men's Lobo team, and we're going to talk a little bit about the Mountain West bubble and where we're at. You're listening to Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas on 95.9 FM and AM 610 The Sports. You're listening to Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas on 95.9 FM and AM 610 The Sports Animal. I got Kaylina in here producing with me today. We got one more day before the weekend. I'm excited. We're getting closer. Just to throw a couple announcements out there, I work for APD, Albuquerque Police Department. We're doing a gun buyback April 11th. It's going to be at the UNM substation. This is my third one. If you bring guns, you get cash. It's that simple. The first ones that pull up, it's going to start at like 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, and it's going to go till like 11, and I will be making more announcements. So the first ones that pull up, you can get cash. Those plastic guns that they say that are out there, do not bring them. They will not be accepted. And the nice thing about it is that these guns are going to be transferred into gardening tools and used and given to school districts to help provide resources for the kids, just to let you guys know. And once again, you will get money. I'm going to bring in Clayton Shields, my boy, my teammate. This segment, it's called It's Bro Time with Clayton Shields. Yo, Clayton, we're going to jump into our Lobo situation right now, what's going on with them. As of yesterday, Utah State is ranked 22. New Mexico is ranked 42. San Diego State is 44. Nevada 70. Boise State is around 65, 66, depending on which one you're looking at. Obviously, our Lobos are right now at 42. Clayton, they have quad 1 wins. They're 2-4 in quad 1. Quad 2, they're 6-1. Quad 3, they're 3-1. Quad 4, they're 8-0. They beat quad 1 VCU and at Colorado State. Boise State 1-point loss at the Pit. They were quad 2. Not necessary. It was the second win that they lost to Boise State. They lost to Boise State when they opened the Mountain West Conference. Just that situation alone right now. Now they get a chance to play Fresno State this coming weekend. It's going to be a huge game, even though Fresno State is a quad 3 team. You got Nevada coming up right after that. That is an unbelievable, huge win. And you got San Diego State, that's a quad 2, right? So then you still got Colorado State coming into the Pit, that's a quad 3. And then you end the season with Utah State at Logan, which is a quad 1 team. Clayton, I feel like right now where the Lobos are, they're in a great position because being in third right now, San Diego State lost the other night. And you have Nevada that lost to San Jose State the other night. Nobody expected those. Now with the Mountain West Conference being how it is, I think that between 2 and 6 mark, the Lobos got to come in the top 4 to be able to get the bye week, right? That's going to be huge. They got to finish top 4. Where do you see the Lobos right now and how they're playing? Straight up, man. I've been honest. So we're not sugarcoating nothing. Just saying.
Well, I don't do that. I don't sugarcoat anything. No, I think the Lobos, you always wanted the chance. And I think they do have a chance. They have to go out and perform. I mean, that's the bottom line. You have, that loss to San Jose State for Nevada, that's going to hurt Nevada so badly. So even Lobos will have to get that win against Nevada, but will it still be viewed the same after Nevada took a loss to San Jose State? No, it won't, obviously. So going into the Mountain West tournament, I think the Lobos have a strong chance to at least finish in the top 4, but I think they can finish higher than that. I actually think they can sweep. If they just go on a run, because you know and I know that it's all about timing and all about getting that feel and going on a run.
Yep.
And they have the ability to do that. They have a young team, so, to expect them to automatically do that would be a little bit of a reach, because you kind of, see them as a young team and understand that they may make some mistakes and they could falter because of that. But if they do go on a really good run and play strong throughout the rest of the remaining games, they have a good chance to finish strong at the end of the conference and go into the conference tournament.
Well, obviously, they're supposed to be Fresno State. Nevada is going to be tough. They lost to San Diego State down there. Come back at the pit, man. They lost 2 games, Utah State, Boise State, back-to-back. San Diego State, this is the last one, the last chance that they'll be able to play San Diego State in the pit. There's no way that San Diego State can sweep them, obviously, right? It just can't happen with San Diego State being right there in the top 2 right now. The way it looks, the Lobos are 2 games back from Utah State, right? Utah State's 13-2. Is it possible for them to win the conference? Yes. But obviously Utah State's going to have to fold a little bit. But I think it's going to come down to Logan. That last game at Utah State, if the Lobos can take care of business, right? They got to take care of home court for the rest of the season. They only got one more home game, I think. And then they got to do what they got to do. So, Clayton, I got Mud that's calling in, man. You'll still be able to hear him, but we're going to put you on hold right now, and then I'm going to bring in Mud. Hey, Mud, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, KT? Hey, what's up, Clayton? No, man. I was just listening to you guys talk about the Lobos. I didn't get to call the other night, man. I don't know. I don't know. I spaced it out or something, man. But yeah, I was happy that they did beat Air Force by that much, because I think that when you beat a team up like that, it gains points for the net and all that. And it hurts you when you lose too. So I think that the Lobos are on the right track. Like you said, they're gonna have to go into Nevada. It's gonna be kind of hard, but I think it's doable, man. I think Nevada's on the ropes, man, right now, and they're not playing their good basketball. Like Noodles and Alfred have them playing in the past, but I think the Lobos will do good on the home stretch, and that game in Logan, man, that's going to be a game for the ages. It's like the games in the pit, man. It's going to be an awesome atmosphere. I was watching them last night, man, and they have a good student section, man. So I think they're called the Herd. So yeah, I mean the Lobos. Everything's for the Lobos right now. It's the Lobos to lose. It's for the Lobos to lose it.
Yep.
So they have to do it. They have to come out. I love seeing Antonio Cho come out and hit his mid-range and then his three-point range too. So he's playing good right now, man. And that's what they need. And they need Bullion to step up a little bit more. And I know JT Rock is rocking the pit. So go Lobos, man. I think the Lobos are going to be I think they'll be second seed, first seed in the Mountain West tournament.
Okay, so you're saying they'll be one or a 2 seed?
Yeah, because if they can win outright, they'll be 1 seed. If they fall to 1 or 2 games, they could be 2, maybe 3. But no lower than 3.
Okay, yeah. They got to get in the top 4, Mud. They don't got a choice. They do not have a choice, but yeah.
Yes.
Appreciate you, bro, as always, man.
Oh, yeah. Take it easy, man.
You have a good one, bro. So, Clayton, what'd you think about what Mud had to share a little bit?
Yeah, and I mean, Mud is right. They have to win these games, but in the words of the great Herman Edwards, you still have to play the game. And that's the thing. We can talk about the matchups and the predictions for the games coming up, but the Lobos have to go and they have to still play the game. You think about that loss, like I talked about with Nevada in San Jose State. They weren't supposed to lose that game, but that's why you go out and play. He mentioned Antonio Chol, and I tell you, if Antonio Chol can get on a hot streak, can get on a run,
yeah,
I think that would really, really, really propel him and take some pressure off of Jake and some of the other guys, just to kind of really for him to really assert himself. Man, it'll be now's the time for him to do that.
Well, Antonio Cho, the game before, I think at GCU, he had like 12 points. He had a pretty good game. That's when the mid-range came out. And then the last game, he had 20 points. Like, I expect him to have at least 12 points. He has to impact the game to a certain extent. And if you're not scoring, how do you go and impact the game again? You actually rebound the ball. He could do a better job with him being as long as he is. Antonio Cho is 6'9", man, and he's a junior. So I'm sorry, he's a junior. I expect more leadership from that perspective with him being in college as long as he has.
Exactly on point. These guys, they're stronger players are obviously freshmen, and they need the leadership of people that have a little bit more experience. And so now it's time for him to step up and really put that in play and kind of, take some of these young guys under his wing and lead them to victory. I mean, he can do that. He has the ability to do it. Just depends on if he wants to go out there and really assert himself and do it.
Got you. Hey, we're going to take this quick break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas on 95.9 FM and AM 610 The Sports Animal. You're listening to Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas on 95.9 FM and AM 610 The Sports Animal. I got Kaylina in here with me today producing, and I got Clayton Shields in here with me as well. We're going to bring back in Clayton Shields. We got to acknowledge this segment. It's called It's Bro Time with Clayton Shields. Man, I got something for you. And I'm going to keep it real. So we got Utah State, San Diego State, UNM, and you got Grand Canyon and Nevada at 4 and 5 right now. Three out of the four are probably, if you think about it, how many bids are we looking at possibly getting out of the Mountain West Conference when it's all said and done? Obviously, Utah State is in the top 25, so you got to they're in. San Diego State's right there. How do you see this unfolding as far as how many teams you see getting into the NCAA tournament?
I see 2, maybe 3. You play spades, you call it a possible. So I see 2 in a possible. Because depending on who wins the Mountain West tournament, if someone wins the Mountain West tournament, say a Nevada wins the Mountain West tournament, just hypothetically,
I follow
and you have Utah State and San Diego State that get in, then that would be 3.
I got you, because of the automatic bid, obviously whoever wins is getting in, right? So are you counting that one? Or are you on the fence? That's why you're saying 2, possibly 3, because that automatic bid is a given.
Right. Because if Utah State wins the Mountain West tournament, they would get in anyway. So they'll take that third spot. So if Utah State, then it'll be another team. I think that at that point it'll be 2. If the Utah State or San Diego State wins, there'll be 2 people that'll they'll get the nod. I think just based on where we are right now.
Which I totally agree with you. Obviously, it's going to come down to how they split with San Diego State and some other things in the regular season, too, that's going to impact. It's amazing how the schedule impacts and the conference impacts, how it determines how you get into the NCAA conference, right? NCAA tournament.
I mean, you can't leave it up to the committee, the selection committee. I mean, you have to go and take care of business because they're not going to do UNM or really many other schools in the Mountain West Conference any favors when it comes to Selection Sunday.
See,
and that's why I said that number,
Yeah, because you got San Diego State that's kind of hovering, right? And you got UNM that's not in. They're on the outskirts. But how did they be? Right. See, Clayton, it's amazing to me. Does this, with the Lobos being ranked 42, you think there's 64 that gets in, and then you got the other 4 that plays, right, to actually get into the tournament. back in the day, if you were ranked 42, weren't you in?
Again, it would seem like that, but it's a scramble at the end of the season because of these tournaments and these automatic bids. So if you have teams that, were kind of mid of the pack during the season in any given conference, and then they win the tournament, then they jump and they take a bid, and that's going to put somebody out. So these tournament wins that allow teams to get into a tournament automatically can push other teams out. So that's why it's not automatic if you're even at 42 or 44, because there are going to be teams that are, at 70 or 75, and they're going to upset teams and win the tournaments in their respective conference and get it.
Yep, totally makes sense. Here's a text. Alberry's going back to Utah State to play against his old team. Look out. He might have a big game. The Lobos lost by 20-plus points. I think it was 20 at home against Utah State. So, obviously, Alberry, he didn't play that well in that game, if I recall. So, I would expect him to come out and have a pretty good game, especially with it possibly being his senior year, because I think he's done. You never know. These days, you can end up getting another year of eligibility that can randomly just come out, right? But, Go ahead, bud.
Yeah, we're a couple of decades behind, KT. We had so many rules. I mean, but things are different now. But yeah, I mean, credit to him. He goes back to Utah State, and if he's able to, he's used to that gym. He's used to practicing there. That used to be his home court. So hopefully he can, get a rhythm there and shoot the ball well and do some good things there up at Utah State. So hopefully he'll do that.
Well, it's amazing how you can get into the Mountain West Conference and that can change the landscape of everything, because I feel like it's a whole new season, right? To a certain extent.
It absolutely is. Mm-hmm.
And it's on neutral site. It's kind of neutral, but, Pitt West, they go out there to Vegas, man. They rock out there. So it's going to be interesting to see how this unfolds. I just know they got to take care of business this weekend against Fresno State. And where Fresno State is right now, they're playing some pretty good ball as of late. Their record in the Mountain West is 6-9 right now, but you can't really look at that because think about it. I'm going to go back to San Jose State beating Nevada, and any given moment, things can happen. I'm not saying that that's going to be the case, but yeah, man, it's one of those things. Clayton, after this break, there's a text here about tanking in the NBA. We're going to jump to the NBA and see what's going on because it's not opening day, but it's kind of opening day after All-Star Weekend to get this amp back up. And we could talk about how these fools in the NBA start playing after All-Star break. Yes, I said fools. They actually start playing after All-Star break because it's do or die time right now. And once we get back, I want to talk about Steph Curry and the situation of him being hurt and being out and the landscape of the awards. If you don't play like X amount of games, it can affect you with getting any type of awards, and he's known for getting some of those. So we're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas on 95.9 FM and AM 610 The Sports Animal. You're listening to Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas on 95.9 FM and AM 610 The Sports Animal. I got Kaylina in here with me producing today. And I got Clayton Shields, my teammate. I'm going to bring in Clayton for It's Bro Time with Clayton Shields. Clayton, man, there's a lot of... I know I'm going off of what we just said we were going to talk about because I just got a text about this situation. It's associated with the NBA, but this tanking. So I don't know if you saw it. Did you see it today? See, it just came out today. Adam Silver announced to all 30 general managers the NBA plans to make an anti-tanking rule change for next season. Potential concepts changed in December during the meetings with the owners. Multiple sources with the knowledge. Thursday meetings as well as late as January. Competitive committee meeting told ESPN these concepts have been decided. First-round draft picks can be protected only for top 4 or top 14 plus selection. Lottery odds freeze at the trade deadline or a later date, no longer allowing a team to pick in the top 4 in consecutive years or after consecutive bottom 3 finishes. Teams can't pick in the top 4 the year after making conference finals. See, I like that one. I really like that one. Lottery odds allocated based on 2-year records. I like that one. Lottery extended to include all play-in teams. Clayton, what's your concept on some of those things that Adam Silver's talking about? Hopefully, I like it. I like it. And the whole tanking thing, right? That's what everybody knows. That's how you get a lottery pick. So the fact that you have to play your guys, you can't rest them. You can't sit them. And the thing that stuck out is that $500,000 fine that Utah Jazz got because they took out 2 of their key guys that are like big time guys there that they didn't play in the fourth quarter and there was no injuries. Like, I don't understand it because back in the day, man, we had to play if we were crawling and you had to be on your dying bed to where you still had to go out there and compete. So I don't understand that right now. What you got?
No, I mean, I agree there should be some rules enforcing that. You're a professional athlete. You're playing a game and getting paid to play for the game. Anyone else tanks at their job, they lose their job. So this is something where they're expected to perform, expected to go out and play. And if you have the ability to go out and play, then you should do it, no matter where your record stands. Fans are paying to come see players, and there's a whole lot of variety of factors that affect that. Now, how do they control it? And that's going to be my thing. You talked about injuries. If a team has star players or has some players and they're, don't have a really good record, they're kind of, in that part where they would think about tanking.
Yeah.
I mean, what's stopping them from having injuries to occur to players to force them to sit them? And I'm just saying, guys can have injuries based on what their pain tolerance is. Some people can play through things, some people can't. So how do you control that? If a player is, and I'll just do like air quotes, injured, I think you're still tanking, but you're just doing it, kind of finding a way around it, a loophole.
See,
it's so players due to injury.
It's so crazy to me because the owner of the Phoenix Suns said it's way more worse than any prop bet scandal with the tanking. Like, it's getting bad. And then, obviously, with Terry Rozier and everything that's going with those indictments that came down on Chauncey Billups and those guys, like point shaving and like taking falls and all those things, like, there's going to have to be some more solid laydown as far as the landscape of how these things are going to unfold because, obviously, there's betting opportunities and you're finding nowadays would it shock you from the standpoint of entities getting their hands on athletes and finding out certain things to actually go against the athlete that could be used to allow them to be able to tank, right? Like, there's so many different allegations out there. I'm just happy I wasn't around any of those opportunities because I had my brothers like you around me, right? So what do you think about that, man?
That's right. Nowadays, it's just too easy to do. You have just too many ways now to get information and, kind of put people, blackmail them, essentially. Put people in a pickle to where, you're working out agreements that are not legal or, the benefits, are not playing by the rules. And, yeah, there's going to be ways people are going to do that. Because one thing about people that want to go around and break rules and find ways to do things so that they can profit from it is they spend every waking moment figuring out how to do that. And so the NBA is going to keep having to adjust and find ways to put things in place constantly to try to keep things at bay. Otherwise, if you just put something in place, I guarantee you within a short amount of time, someone will find a way around it.
See, and I totally agree with you. That's Clayton Shields, my old UNM teammate you guys are listening to. Here's another text. Come on, LeBron slips on one of his tiers, and he's out for 6 months. I mean, I'm not saying, hey, when you run in the league, you can do what you want, man. When you're Michael Jordan, you can do what you want. Just saying, there's certain people that just get away with whatever they want. But speaking of that, the fact that LeBron was able to make the All-Star team, obviously he's not eligible for any awards or anything like that because of him being hurt. It's sad because guys, it still comes down to guys being hurt. I kind of associate it with tanking as well because are guys really hurt? It's like, how do you determine if a guy's hurt? You know what I mean? It's going to be interesting to see how Adam Sandler does that.
That's the whole point. Is you can't tell a guy he's not hurting, no matter what. You can evaluate, you can do this to that, but you can't tell somebody, hey, I'm not. All that doesn't hurt because that's the individual feeling. But one to LeBron. What did you see LeBron doing during All-Star Weekend? If you saw any videos, I'm gonna give you a hint. He's getting the bug that you and I have had for a long time.
The bug. What?
He's on the golf course.
Yeah, he is.
LeBron was playing golf. He's playing golf now all the time. So, I mean, maybe he's a little hurt, but he can get out there and play golf. There's several videos of him working on his swing and out there actually playing golf, and he's got the golf bug now. So I think that's kind of a hint. He may be going towards retirement, working on his golf game. Isn't that what you do when you retire, KT? What you do, right?
That's all we do is golf. Golf. I just met with Billy Moya. He's local here, my golf coach. Oh, yeah. I had breakfast with him today. I'm like, yo, what's up? Hey, when it starts feeling good, I need to get out there and work on my game. Because I got to beat you. Hey, just to let you guys know, me and Clayton are competitive, especially when we get on that golf course. Like, it's...
Yeah, it's nasty. It's nasty.
But speaking of injuries, the NBA is coming back on tonight. You got Steph Curry out. There's some things going on with him. He's going to have to get another MRI. I didn't know it was that serious because he has swelling. And I think it's his knee. Don't hold me to that. But obviously he's a key component. And you got Porzingis that has not played yet since the trade. I'm not a big fan of his. But if you got the Celtics and the Warriors tonight, obviously you're probably going to pick the Celtics with Jaylen Brown. He's in the top 5 as far as MVP votes. He's playing an unbelievable year this year. But the next one, what do you think about Steph Curry in the All-Star weekend? He was still there. He's still involved. Did you see him hit that that one shot? I think it was like third or fourth time when he was in there, the media area. Freak of nature, right?
Yeah. He always does that. Steph always makes crazy shots. I mean, he's goofing off and he makes crazy shots all the time. So he's just got something built in him that's just different. But him being at the All-Star game, I don't think that's an issue. He's got a knee problem. Maybe he can walk on it. Maybe, we don't know. Maybe he had it, had it wrapped up or whatever the case may be. Steph is just somebody I don't feel like would, kind of prolong an injury just to do it.
Exactly. We're on the same page. Now,
keeping in mind that Steph has probably played more games than anybody over the last 10 years.
Well said.
Being in the playoffs and in the finals as much as he has, and then having to restart the season. People that win the NBA championship have the shortest layoff. Yeah. And he's in the finals so many years. So his body is taking a toll on him. He's playing more basketball than just about anybody. And I'm doubtful that he's, just kind of making this up.
He make it look so easy, though. Like, he ain't 37. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, wow, right?
Right.
But, hey, we got the Nuggets and the Clippers, man. Jokic is playing some unbelievable ball. The Clippers are obviously one of those teams that's not making any noise right now. You got Ty Lue. There's all different things going on. James Harden just left, and he went to the Cavs. And you got CP3 that just retired after they let him go. Obviously, you see the Nuggets winning this game. But with Jokic, man, this season line, 28.7 points, 12.3 rebounds, and 10.7 assists. Like, a triple-double is what he's averaging right now. Do you see him leading as far as in the top 2 outside of SGA when it comes to MVP?
Yeah, Joker, to me, as a whole, he's the best player in the league. I mean, you just read off his stats. I mean, come on, that's those numbers solidify him to me as the best player in the league because he's doing it all. He's scoring, he's rebounding, and he's dropping dimes. So
people don't think so, though.
Somebody that's doing all 3.
It's crazy. People don't think so, though.
People don't think so. Well, because Joker, because he's not flashy. Yeah. He doesn't smile. He's not friendly. He doesn't, he doesn't get out there and hoo-ha and say, he's like, he's just out there to kick tail and go home. And that's it.
And go rub some horses.
He doesn't even act like he's anybody's friend out there. And I love that about him. I love that he's mean like that because he is dominant.
See, but you got
Absolutely.
SGA. I saw this earlier. The SGA is going to be out for another week. So he's been out for a while, man. You got Jalen Williams that's out too. But it's going to be interesting to see how that all unfolds when it comes to the MVP race because you got Wemby that's in there. You got Luka that's in the conversation. And Giannis is not in the conversation, which is insane because they don't even know if he's going to play or what's going on with that. But this is one thing I want to get into after this break, and I want to put it on your mind before we go to break. Who's the face of the NBA right now? Who's coming for that title right now? Mm-hmm. There's a dog coming for that title right now, and I don't think nobody ready for the dog that I got. That's the face of the league. Just to put it out there. Mm-hmm. So if you got an opinion, we'll be right back after this break. You can call 505-246-0610. Start thinking about it because we're about to talk about who's the face of the future of the NBA. You're listening to Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas on 95.9 FM and AM 6 in the Sports Animal.
9 points per game in the 20 games against the 16 teams that currently have winning records in the National Basketball Association. 59% on 71 shots on clutch shots this season. The best mark among 44 players who've attempted at least 35 shots. 6 playoff series. Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Jokic, Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, Luka Doncic, Steph Curry. Ant-Man has won 4 of those 6 series. The brother coming. He's special.
See, I'm not a big Stephen A. guy. But when he talks some knowledge, I got to put that out there. The way that Ant-Man is playing defense and getting up in the guys, and he wants to be that guy that takes the big shot, and he's not scared to say it. I feel like it's a whole different environment of where this kid can go, which he's going to change the league, right? I could see him being an Angel Reese, but he's obviously that guy to where I could see him being the face, right? Obviously, you got Wemby that can compete right there. He's a phenom. He's, 20 years old? But then if you think about it, you got Luka, right? Like, Luka don't play defense. What, out of those 3 guys, like, if you really had to pick, you got to pick Ant-Man right now. Can that change? Yes. Could it change in the next, year or 2? Yes, Wemby.
Yeah, so we're talking about this season. But we're talking about the face of the league. So we're talking about this season.
I'm talking about the face of the league. I'm talking about the face of the league right now. If you want to put it into perspective of this season, or I'm talking in the next 3 to 5 years, type perspective.
Yeah. Look, Ant-Man doing what he's doing, and Stephen A. talked about his size and what he's doing at that size is incredible. But we've seen a lot of Ant-Man. We've seen a lot of people do what Ant-Man is doing. When you name the great players in the league up until this point, there's a lot of 6'6". What is he? 6'6", 6'5", guards that can do what Ant-Man is doing right now.
What? Are you kidding me? Right? Are you talking about past players? Or are you talking about right now?
Past players.
Okay.
Past players.
Just want to clarify.
I'm talking about past players.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Ant-Mans before Ant-Man, there was a line of them. I mean, a lot of great players, a lot of guys that played like he did, strong on defense, can score the ball, can do so many amazing things. Wemby, we've never seen before. We've never seen this before.
That's fair.
And so that's my argument when I say moving forward. Wemby is something the league has never seen. We've seen Kobe Bryant, we've seen Michael Jordan, we've seen LeBron James, we've seen other
Vince Carter, Tracy
McGrady. We've seen these guys, and Ant-Man is similar to these guys. I mean, he's a dog. I'm not taking anything away from Ant-Man. He's a dog. We've seen that.
I got some for you, though. And hey, man, Wemby is from France. Is it one of those things to where you automatically just give it to him because he's world known? Not that Ant-Man isn't. But with the NBA going into Europe which is coming up here pretty soon, which is a deal I think they're trying to do with FIBA to where they're going to be over there a lot more, just like the NFL. To a certain extent, would you make it Wemby?
Yeah, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where he comes from Europe. And, what matters is to me is that he's a 7'5", like a 7'5" Kevin Durant. I mean, he comes from France, and nobody recognized him probably until some point where it's like, oh my God, they're scouting and they see this kid over here playing in the French league.
Yeah,
and they're like, oh my God, which is where they get these guys from. They send scouts over there and play, and obviously Europe has phenomenal talent. I played in Europe. I spent almost 6 years playing in teams all over the country.
Okay.
And the way that they play basketball is different over there. So they start young. They're coached. The thing about when Dirk Nowitzki came over here and how well coached and fundamentally sound, Luka, all these guys, they're playing against the big boys professionally before they even, they're like 15, 16 years old before they even step foot on U.S. soil and start playing in the NBA.
Yeah.
So from that aspect, they get a lot of experience. And so when Wemby comes over here and he does the things he's doing, he hasn't been scared from day one. I mean, that's the thing, because he had already been playing against guys. And a lot of times they're playing against those Division I leagues over there, and they're playing against top American talent and also some of the top talent from some of the other countries. Some of the French teams may have Spaniards on it. They may have Germans on it. They may have others because guys go from all over Europe and play on these teams.
Yeah.
And it's just a whole different ball game. One game a week, practice out twice a day.
If you look at it, man, I off the top of my head, I don't remember who it was. The last American to win MVP was 2019.
Yeah,
all the other ones have been European. They've been European players. Are you kidding me right now? You know what I mean? Like, it's a whole different element of how the game is shaping when it comes to the NBA.
Yeah, well, I without going too much more into detail, we just look at the Olympics. And the USA finally came back and started. But for a time there, the United States was struggling against these teams.
Yeah.
And that's what Europe has become as a basketball. They are a basketball power.
Yeah. Got you. Hey, we're going to go to break. We got one more segment. I want to talk to you when we come back about Giannis and if the Lakers are a good fit with Giannis. And then we got some golf going down this weekend, bro. We got to chop that up. You know how we love our golf. We'll be right back. We got one more segment. You're listening on Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas on 95.9 FM and AM 610 the Sports Channel.